The Brewers just won their 13th game in a row yesterday, raising their record to 28-4 over the last 32, which brings with it, obviously, such a large amount of notable factoids that I couldn't hope to name them all in this video. So instead, I want to focus on the manner in which they won yesterday, which is to say, unlike anything we've ever seen before during a win streak of this length. I'll get more of the details of that later, but first, let's examine the overall contest. The Reds obviously got off to the hotter start in this one, scoring 8 runs in the first 2 innings of the game, including 7 in the second, which also featured them chasing rookie phenom Jacob Misiorowski after just 54 pitches. Now, for most teams, this would essentially be the point where you'd kind of punt the idea of winning, acknowledging that a 7-run cushion is likely going to be nearly impossible to overcome. But the Brewers are certainly not like most teams, and they immediately got to work narrowing their deficit, with Andrew Vaughn bringing them within 3 when he crushed a 2-out, 3-run home run, his 9th in just 29 games with the team so far. Just 2 batters later, they'd cut this down to 2 when Bryce Turang laced an RBI double. This brings us to arguably the biggest at-bat in the game, when Christian Yelich came up with the bases loaded and 1 out, and managed to shoot a fastball right down the left field line, scoring 2 runs and knotting things up at 8. In fact, the only swing that might have been bigger than this would come just 2 frames later, when Yelich again came up, this time versus Scott Barlow, and crushed a deep fly ball to left field that got over the wall handedly, giving the Brew Crew their first lead of the ballgame. They would go on to add another in the 7th on a wild pitch, while absolutely powering down the Reds' offense, not allowing them to get even a single additional run after that second inning, with Tyler McGill retiring the side in order in the 9th. This meant, according to Sarah Langs on Twitter, that this was the first time ever that a team had managed to extend a win streak to at least 13 games while overcoming a deficit of at least 5 runs. Remember, for them, that number was 7 in this one. To me, this just shows the kind of resiliency in the team's makeup, and Pat Murphy, their manager, would add fuel to this narrative after the contest, saying via Adam McCulvey on Twitter that Yelich actually came up to him after they'd gotten down by that huge mark and directly told him that they were going to win this game. That's the kind of belief you have to have in your team to be really good, and right now, no one's better than Milwaukee. And now, before we go, I also wanted to do a little mini section here on Alejandro Kirk, who not only managed to register the go-ahead hit yesterday, but also steal his first career base in his 532nd game, a feat so momentous it prompted Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to actually poach the bag itself and give it to him after the game. The vibes are really good in Toronto right now, and it's stuff like this that makes them extremely likable in my opinion. Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.